Hello everyone and welcome back to another book review. Today I'm going to be reviewing Introducing Infinity, a graphic guide by Brian Clegg and Oliver Pugh. I think that's how you pronounce their names. Their names are also right down here. We have this interesting looking cover, and this is a small volume that I checked out of my library and I wanted to give it a read. So I actually read Infinity, a graphic guide after reading Manal Suri's The Big Bang of Numbers, which I actually recommend reading first. I feel like that book kind of introduces the concept of infinity towards the end of that book, and it's a book by a great math communicator that I think anyone who'd be interested in reading this book would also enjoy reading. So I really recommend you start with that book just because I read these books very closely together and I saw how they kind of tied together. That's just my personal opinion. Now, if you're a little bit more familiar with math or more comfortable with math, then maybe you would just jump right to this. Or if you don't have an interest in the other book that I recommended, but just want to touch on infinity, then maybe start here. But that's just my personal recommendation. Infinity, a graphic guide. So infinity as a math concept is sometimes very difficult for us to wrap our heads around. I know for me it's very difficult to wrap my head around, and I went to college for mathematics. I received my degree in mathematics. So we're already off to a great start. It's kind of complex topics that people tend to shy away from, and that does not just include the layperson, that includes mathematicians who have also shied away from this topic because it's kind of uncomfortable and hard to wrap your mind around. And then how do you use this concept of infinity in this finite world, or what appears to be a finite world, or the world of mathematics, to get maybe a finite result? So all that put together means that it's kind of an interesting topic, and one that maybe a lot of people, me included, don't really understand very well. I felt pretty safe checking out this book because I've read other things in this A Graphic Guide series. I believe the other one I read was a Fractals, A Graphic Guide, and I like the way that this book I don't know, there's other books in this A Graphic Guide series that I've read before that I liked the way they did it, so I thought that checking this book out would be, an interesting way to approach the topic. The way these graphic guides break the book down is in 1-page or 2-page entries. So you'll have a page like this one says Achilles and the tortoise, and this is all the information you get. There's quotes from people in these little text boxes, there's some drawings, and there's a couple paragraphs. Turn the page, you got 1 page here and 1 page here. Same, just a paragraph and some quotes. You're not really getting too far in the weeds here, and you're just getting enough information to lead to the next page. I think this is a great way to approach it because you're not giving too much information and you're keeping it really interesting. I think plenty of pictures, quotes, diagrams, drawings draws the reader's attention, particularly those who are not... Oh my, that is a very loud car. I don't think they were going the speed limit. That actually scared me. Especially readers who aren't familiar with mathematics or kind of uncomfortable with mathematics. And even people who are familiar with mathematics but shy away from infinity. I feel like it's kind of a weighty topic and one that confuses me even to this day. So I thought that by getting this graphic guide and breaking it down, instead of reading this tome of mathematical formulas and theories and theorems and axioms, I just feel like that even for me would be very overwhelming and probably a little dry to read through. Now, if you're a mathematician, maybe this is going to be a little too high level for you and not in the weeds enough for you, in which case this is probably not the book for you. But if you are like the lay reader, or even like me who has a degree in mathematics but still is like, infinity kind of confuses me and I just learned enough to get through my math courses, this is kind of an interesting way to approach the topic, and it gives you just enough information and just enough fun facts to, I don't know, impress your friends, win a trivia night, or learn something a little bit more about the universe, which is really, I feel like, the goal. Not always the goal with reading. There's plenty of reasons to read, but one of the reasons I like to read is to learn more about the universe and the world that I live in. And this is just the perfect approachable way to come into a topic like this and maybe learn a little bit more about something that'd be a little uncomfortable picking up a heavy tome by a revered mathematician to read. So this is the kind of book that I like to kind of get my toes wet on a topic, and I think if you're any amount interested in learning about infinity and mathematics and how they kind of fit together, this would be a great guide to pick up and start your adventure reading about. If you've read this book or have any other books to recommend like this, I would love to hear it. I always love to hear your thoughts and opinions, so please leave them in the comments down below. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.